In the heart of the Dragon Ball multiverse, one presence remains shrouded in silence. Zeno's guards, the stoic warriors beside the King Vol, radiate terrifying unknown power. They never speak, they never flinch, but their eyes whisper absolute, unyielding authority. Fans have wondered, what secret strength hides behind those motionless figures, cloaked in mystery? Imagine being so loyal, so unstoppable, that even gods hesitate before crossing their gaze. Zeno may erase with a gesture, but his guards embody raw, physical dominance unmeasured. They're not mere bodyguards. They are the immovable pillars of Zeno's incomprehensible throne. But here's the question. Could anyone in existence truly rival their unimaginable combat potential? We've seen Goku surpass gods, Vegeta break limits, and Jiren stand against universal collapse. Yet, not once has anyone dared challenge the silent guardians who shadow absolute authority. The tension lies in their silence, a silence more frightening than roaring power displays. What happens when beings stronger than mortals, gods and angels, decide to never reveal themselves? Their presence raises a chilling thought. Are these guards secretly the multiverse's greatest fighters? Close your eyes. Picture their stillness, a living wall no attack could ever penetrate. Could Ultra Instinct itself crumble when faced with warriors who surpass even divine instinct? Every fan asks, are they stronger than angels, or are angels their silent subordinates? The series hides them in simple sight, daring us to guess their inconceivable potential. That's the beauty. Their mystery is their power. Their silence is their most devastating weapon. But let's break deeper. If their strength surpasses imagination, what does that mean for Goku? What does it mean for mortals, gods, and even the fragile threads holding existence together? Think about it. Zeno, the Omni-King, needs no protection. He erases with thought. And yet, two silent figures remain by his side. Shadows embodying perfect, watchful vigilance. That paradox alone sends chills. Why would the most powerful being even require guardians? Unless their existence is less about defending Zeno and more about enforcing his divine will. Their silence hides a truth. Maybe they are executioners, not guards, wielding unfathomable destruction. Imagine a warrior beyond gods, standing so still because moving would shatter entire universes instantly. What kind of training, what kind of birthright forges beings capable of such unspeakable restraint? Angels guide mortals, gods of destruction balance chaos, but Zeno's guards uphold cosmic order itself. Their mere glance freezes immortals. Their steps echo louder than thunder across divine palaces. They've never fought on screen, yet their presence feels heavier than every battle we've ever witnessed. Remember that moment? Even Grand Priest's voice softened when the guards approached with solemn silence. It wasn't respect, it wasn't fear, it was acknowledgement of forces beyond even angelic comprehension. Could these beings be stronger than the Grand Priest himself? Hidden weapons of multiversal balance? What terrifies me most isn't their unknown power, it's that they've never needed to use it. Think of it, warriors so absolute that entire realities exist in peace beneath their shadow. And isn't that scarier? To never see the blade, yet feel its edge lingering always? Goku's punches shook gods, Jiren shattered pride, Broly broke chains, yet these guards remain untouchable mysteries. Not villains, not heroes. They are silent arbiters whose strength transcends morality, battle, even purpose itself. Watching them, you realize Dragon Ball hides its greatest secret in plain, unblinking sight. The power level of Zeno's guards isn't measured in numbers, but in the weight of silence. Close your eyes and imagine it. A battlefield where Zeno's guards finally take a step. The ground wouldn't shake. No, reality itself would warp, bending under weight beyond comprehension. Warriors like Goku, Vegeta, even Jiren, their confidence would fracture before that silent gaze. Because these guards don't need flashy auras, glowing eyes, or shouts.
Their power is presence. Picture this. Ultra Instinct Goku charges forward, and one guard simply raises a hand. Not even touching him, not even striking. Yet Goku collapses, unable to breathe against gravity. That's the level we're talking about. Power woven into existence, not energy unleashed outwardly. Angels could train for eons, mortals could fight lifetimes, yet these warriors would remain untouchable. Some fans whisper they might be entities even predating the multiverse, bound to serve Zeno, beings without origin, without weakness. Their loyalty forged not from fear, but from absolute creation. And isn't that terrifying, that Dragon Ball hides entities who may exist outside fate itself? We celebrate Goku's strength, we admire Vegeta's resolve, but against them, all victories feel insignificant. Because deep down we know their existence makes every battle we've ever seen feel smaller. It's humbling, isn't it? The realization that Dragon Ball's strongest fighters aren't the ones who scream. Instead, it's the ones who never speak, whose silence carries more weight than explosions. Imagine if they ever broke that silence, uttered a single word. Universes might unravel instantly. Their stillness becomes a paradox, an energy storm compressed infinitely, never needing to detonate. And here's the haunting question. What happens if Zeno falls? Would his guards remain loyal? Would they become the new arbiters of creation, or dissolve into forgotten echoes of nothingness? Dragon Ball leaves it unsaid, because maybe the truth is too overwhelming, too terrifying to reveal. Think about it. We've seen Saiyans defy death, gods collapse, and angels tremble under defiance. Yet Zeno's guards stand untouched, untested, their strength locked behind expressions colder than eternity. If power was music, Goku's theme roars, Vegeta's burns, but theirs is absolute silence. And silence can be deadlier than any scream, for it hides everything, reveals nothing. I sometimes wonder, if one guard moved, even once, would universes feel a permanent scar? The Dragon Ball world thrives on battles, yet here lie warriors who've never needed a fight. Imagine the horror, being so strong they protect Zeno, not by action, but existence. You could charge them, strike endlessly, unleash galaxies of ki. They'd never even acknowledge your presence. That's how powerless you'd feel, a mortal flickering candle before storms carved from infinity. And isn't that the essence of fear? To be unseen, unworthy of even recognition?
Still, there's beauty too, their devotion. For all that strength, they choose stillness over destruction. That paradox is breathtaking. The most powerful beings in Dragon Ball live only as shadows. Shadows guarding the light, not for glory, not for ambition, but for a greater design. Sometimes I wonder, what must it feel like to carry that unbearable responsibility forever? To never falter, never reveal, never unleash, yet carry power enough to end creation. They're not fighters, they're monuments. Living reminders that strength without restraint isn't power, it's chaos. And perhaps that's why Zeno keeps them close, not as guards, but as balance itself. A balance between annihilation and peace, embodied in two silent figures who never break. Watching them, you realize Dragon Ball isn't only about battles, it's about mysteries unspoken. And sometimes, mysteries themselves are the most terrifying power levels of all. Picture the tournament of power again. Chaos, warriors clashing, gods trembling in disbelief. Through it all, Zeno's guards stood motionless, their silence louder than the multiverse collapsing. They didn't cheer, didn't blink, didn't move, as if chaos meant absolutely nothing to them. That's when it hits you. They've seen more destruction than we could ever imagine. To them, universes are fragile sparks, flickering candles they could snuff with a careless breath. And yet, they don't. They stand, always watching, as if guarding more than Zeno himself. Maybe they're guarding balance, time,
the very fabric that holds Dragon Ball's infinite multiverse together. Because if beings like that ever lost control, even Zeno's erasure might not be enough. It makes you wonder, is their silence protection or warning of something we cannot face? What if Dragon Ball one day reveals their true purpose? Would the fandom survive the truth? Imagine Goku, older, stronger, finally asking, "Can I fight you?" And the guard simply nods. That single nod would shake fans worldwide more than any transformation ever could. A battle beyond gods, beyond angels, beyond existence itself, hidden in Dragon Ball's silent corners. And maybe that's the genius. The show gave us its ultimate mystery, but never its answer, leaving us haunted, questioning, dreaming. That's what makes Dragon Ball eternal. The unknown keeps it alive, because power levels can be measured, rivalries can be charted, but legends live in mystery. And Zeno's guards? They're the ultimate legend, the untouchable secret, the guardians of fear itself. When you think of Dragon Ball's greatest powers, don't just remember the fighters who screamed. Remember the two silent warriors who never needed to move, yet defined strength itself. And maybe, just maybe, that silence is Dragon Ball's loudest roar of all.